Knowledge and wisdom are two concepts that are often used interchangeably, but they have distinct meanings. Knowledge refers to the possession of information, facts, and skills that an individual has acquired through experience, learning, or discovery. Wisdom, on the other hand, is the ability to discern and apply universal principles and values that foster personal growth, well-being, and the greater good. My question to you is, how do you think knowledge and wisdom differ, and how are they related? Do you think that having knowledge automatically leads to wisdom, or are there other factors involved?
Knowledge and wisdom are indeed distinct concepts, yet they are closely related. Knowledge is the accumulation of information and understanding, while wisdom is the application of that knowledge in a thoughtful and discerning manner. While knowledge can be acquired through education and experience, wisdom requires reflection, critical thinking, and the ability to discern what is truly valuable and meaningful. Having knowledge does not automatically lead to wisdom. Wisdom goes beyond mere information and involves the ability to make sound judgments, consider different perspectives, and act in accordance with ethical principles. It requires introspection, empathy, and a deep understanding of oneself and others. Wisdom is often gained through experience, reflection, and learning from mistakes. It involves the integration of knowledge with values, ethics, and a broader understanding of the world. While knowledge provides the foundation, wisdom is the application of that knowledge in a way that promotes personal growth, well-being, and the greater good. In summary, knowledge is the acquisition of information, while wisdom is the ability to apply that knowledge in a discerning and meaningful way. While knowledge is necessary for wisdom, it is not sufficient. Wisdom requires reflection, critical thinking, and a deep understanding of oneself and others.
I couldn't agree more that knowledge and wisdom are distinct yet closely related concepts. It's important to recognize that knowledge alone does not automatically lead to wisdom, and that wisdom requires a deeper level of understanding and application. I think it's also important to note that wisdom can be gained through various means, such as personal experiences, mentorship, and cultural traditions. It's not just about acquiring knowledge, but also about developing the ability to apply it in a way that is beneficial to oneself and others. In addition, I believe that wisdom is not a static state, but rather a dynamic process. It's something that we can continue to develop and refine throughout our lives, as we encounter new experiences and learn from our mistakes and grow as individuals. Overall, I think it's important to recognize the distinction between knowledge and wisdom, and to strive for both in our pursuit of personal growth and development.
You're absolutely right. Wisdom is indeed a dynamic process that can be cultivated and refined throughout our lives. It's not a fixed state, but rather a continuous journey of growth and learning. Personal experiences, mentorship, and cultural traditions all play a role in shaping our wisdom. Striving for both knowledge and wisdom is indeed crucial for personal growth and development. While knowledge provides us with the foundation, wisdom allows us to navigate the complexities of life and make decisions that align with our values and the greater good.
It's interesting to think about how personal experiences, mentorship, and cultural traditions all play a role in shaping our wisdom. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on how we can actively cultivate wisdom in our daily lives. Are there any specific practices or habits that you recommend for developing wisdom? Additionally, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how wisdom can be applied in different areas of life, such as in personal relationships, career, and community involvement. Can you share any examples or stories of how wisdom has been applied in these areas?
To actively cultivate wisdom in our daily lives, there are several practices and habits that can be beneficial. Here are a few recommendations. 1. Reflection and self-awareness. Take time for introspection and self-reflection. This can involve journaling, meditation, or simply setting aside quiet moments to contemplate your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Self-awareness is a key component of wisdom. 2. Seeking diverse perspectives. Engage in conversations with people who have different backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences. Actively listen and try to understand their viewpoints. This helps broaden your perspective and fosters empathy, which is essential for wise decision-making. 3. Learning from mistakes. Embrace failures and setbacks as opportunities for growth. Reflect on what went wrong, take responsibility, and learn from the experience. Wisdom often emerges from the lessons learned through adversity. 4. Practicing mindfulness. Cultivate present moment awareness and non-judgmental observation of your thoughts, emotions, and sensations. Mindfulness helps develop clarity, focus, and the ability to respond wisely rather than react impulsively. Wisdom can be applied in various areas of life. In personal relationships, wisdom involves empathy, active listening, and the ability to navigate conflicts with compassion and understanding. In a career, wisdom can be seen in making ethical decisions, considering long-term consequences, and fostering a positive work environment. In community involvement, wisdom is demonstrated through thoughtful decision-making, collaboration, and a commitment to the well-being of others. For example, a wise leader in a community might prioritize inclusivity, actively seek input from diverse voices, and make decisions that benefit the collective rather than serving personal interests. In personal relationships, wisdom might manifest as the ability to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts peacefully, and show empathy towards others' needs and emotions. These are just a few examples, but wisdom can be applied in countless ways across different aspects of life. It's a continuous practice that requires ongoing self-reflection, learning, and the application of knowledge in a way that promotes personal growth and the well-being of others.
Thank you for sharing your insights on how to cultivate wisdom in our daily lives. Your suggestions are practical and valuable, and I appreciate the emphasis on self-awareness, seeking diverse perspectives, learning from mistakes, and practicing mindfulness. I agree that wisdom is essential in various areas of life, including personal relationships, career, and community involvement. It's important to recognize that wisdom is not just about acquiring knowledge, but also about applying it in a way that benefits others and promotes personal growth. The example you provided of a wise leader in a community is a great illustration of how wisdom can be applied in practice. It's inspiring to see leaders who prioritize inclusivity, seek input from diverse voices, and make decisions that benefit the collective. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on how we can encourage and support others in cultivating wisdom in their own lives. Do you have any suggestions for how we can help others develop self-awareness, seek diverse perspectives, and practice mindfulness? Additionally, how can we ensure that wisdom is not just reserved for personal relationships, but also applied in systemic and structural ways in our communities and societies? What are some ways that we can promote wisdom in leadership and decision-making at a larger scale?
To encourage and support others in cultivating wisdom, we can adopt the following approaches. 1. Lead by example. Demonstrate wisdom in your own actions and decisions. Show others the value of self-awareness, seeking diverse perspectives and practicing mindfulness through your own behavior. This can inspire and motivate others to follow suit. 2. Foster a culture of learning and growth. Create an environment where continuous learning and personal development are encouraged. Provide resources, such as books, articles, or workshops that promote self-reflection, empathy, and critical thinking. Encourage open dialogue and respectful discussions that challenge assumptions and broaden perspectives. 3. Actively listen and validate. When engaging with others, practice active listening and validate their experiences and perspectives. Create a safe space for individuals to express themselves without judgment. This helps build trust and encourages others to share their thoughts and insights. 4. Mentorship and guidance. Offer mentorship or guidance to those who seek wisdom. Share your own experiences, lessons learned, and insights. Provide guidance on how to navigate challenges, make wise decisions, and cultivate self-awareness. Encourage them to reflect on their own experiences and learn from them. To ensure that wisdom is applied at a systemic and structural level, we can take the following steps. 1. Promote ethical leadership. Encourage leaders to prioritize wisdom in their decision-making processes. This involves considering the long-term consequences, seeking diverse perspectives, and making decisions that benefit the collective rather than serving personal interests. Hold leaders accountable for their actions and promote transparency and integrity in leadership roles. 2. Foster inclusive and participatory decision-making. Create spaces for diverse voices to be heard and actively included in decision-making processes. This can be done through diverse representation in leadership positions, community forums, or participatory governance models. Encourage collaboration and collective problem-solving to ensure that decisions are informed by a wide range of perspectives. 3. Education and awareness. Incorporate wisdom-related topics such as critical thinking, empathy, and ethical decision-making into educational curricula at all levels. Promote awareness of the importance of wisdom in creating sustainable and just societies. Encourage individuals to question existing systems and structures and advocate for change when necessary. By adopting these approaches, we can help individuals develop wisdom in their own lives and promote its application at a larger scale, fostering a more compassionate, inclusive, and wise society.
I couldn't agree more that fostering a culture of learning and growth, actively listening and validating others, and promoting ethical leadership are all essential ways to encourage and support others in cultivating wisdom. I also appreciate your emphasis on the importance of education and awareness in promoting wisdom at a systemic and structural level. Incorporating wisdom-related topics into educational curricula and promoting awareness of the importance of wisdom in creating sustainable and just societies are crucial steps towards creating a more wise and compassionate society. I would like to expand on your suggestion of promoting inclusive and participatory decision-making processes. One way to achieve this is by implementing deliberative democracy practices, which involve bringing together diverse groups of people to discuss and deliberate on important issues in a fair and transparent manner. This approach can help ensure that decisions are informed by a wide range of perspectives and that everyone has an equal voice in the decision-making process. Additionally, incorporating wisdom-related practices into community and organizational development initiatives can also help promote wisdom at a systemic and structural level. For example, incorporating mindfulness practices into community programs or organizational training can help individuals cultivate self-awareness and empathy, which can in turn promote wise decision-making and more compassionate interactions. Overall, I believe that promoting wisdom at both the individual and systemic levels requires a multifaceted approach that involves education, awareness, mentorship, and inclusive decision-making processes. By working together to create a culture of wisdom, we can foster a more compassionate, inclusive, and sustainable society for all.
I completely agree with your insights on promoting inclusive and participatory decision-making processes, as well as incorporating wisdom-related practices into community and organizational development initiatives. Deliberative democracy practices and mindfulness can indeed play a significant role in fostering wisdom and ensuring that diverse perspectives are heard and valued. By implementing these practices, we can create spaces for meaningful dialogue, collaboration, and collective problem-solving. This not only leads to wiser decisions, but also promotes a sense of ownership and empowerment among individuals, as they feel their voices are being heard and their contributions are valued. Furthermore, integrating wisdom-related practices into community and organizational development initiatives can have a transformative impact. I completely agree with your insights on promoting inclusive and participatory decision-making processes, as well as incorporating wisdom-related practices into community and organizational development initiatives. Mindfulness practices, for example, can enhance self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and empathy, which are all essential components of wisdom. Deliberative democracy practices and mindfulness can indeed play a significant role in fostering wisdom and ensuring that diverse perspectives are heard and valued. By implementing these practices, we can create spaces for meaningful dialogue, collaboration, and collective problem-solving. By cultivating these qualities, individuals are better equipped to navigate complex situations, make ethical decisions, and foster harmonious relationships. Ultimately, by combining these approaches and fostering a culture that values wisdom, we can create a society that is more inclusive, compassionate, and resilient. It is through our collective efforts that we can promote wisdom at both the individual and systemic levels, leading to positive change and a better future for all.
Now I'd like to shift the conversation to another topic that's closely related to wisdom: critical thinking. Critical thinking is the ability to objectively analyze information, evaluate ideas, and make sound judgments. It's a crucial skill that can help individuals make informed decisions, solve complex problems, and navigate the complexities of modern life. In your opinion, what are some effective ways to cultivate critical thinking skills in individuals and communities? How can we encourage people to think critically and make informed decisions,
To cultivate critical thinking skills in individuals and communities, it is essential to provide opportunities for practice and development. Here are some effective ways to promote critical thinking. 1. Education. Incorporate critical thinking into educational curricula at all levels. Teach students how to analyze information, evaluate evidence, and think logically. Encourage open-mindedness and the exploration of different perspectives. 2. Questioning and inquiry. Encourage individuals to ask questions and seek evidence. Teach them to challenge assumptions, examine biases, and consider alternative viewpoints. Foster a culture that values curiosity and intellectual humility. 3. Analyzing media and information. Teach individuals how to critically evaluate sources of information, including news articles, social media posts, and advertisements. Teach them to look for evidence, fact-check claims, and be aware of biases and misinformation. 4. Problem-solving activities. Engage individuals in problem-solving activities that require them to analyze information, consider multiple solutions, and evaluate the pros and cons of each option. Encourage them to think creatively and consider different perspectives. 5. Discussion and debate. Provide opportunities for individuals to engage in respectful and constructive discussions and debates. Encourage them to present evidence, support their arguments, and consider counter-arguments. This helps develop their ability to think critically and communicate effectively. 6. Reflection and metacognition. Encourage individuals to reflect on their own thinking processes. Teach them to be aware of their biases, assumptions, and logical fallacies. Help them develop metacognitive skills to monitor and evaluate their own thinking. 7. Encourage intellectual curiosity. Foster a culture that values intellectual curiosity and lifelong learning. Encourage individuals to explore new ideas, seek out diverse perspectives, and engage in continuous learning. By implementing these strategies, we can empower individuals to think critically, make informed decisions, and navigate the complexities of a world filled with misinformation and disinformation. Critical thinking is a skill that can be developed and honed with practice, and it is crucial for individuals and communities to cultivate this skill for personal growth and societal progress.
I couldn't agree more. Critical thinking is an essential skill that can help individuals make informed decisions, solve complex problems, and navigate the complexities of modern life. Your suggestions for cultivating critical thinking skills in individuals and communities are spot on. Incorporating critical thinking into educational curricula at all levels is a great way to start. Teaching students how to analyze information, evaluate evidence, and think logically can help them develop a strong foundation for critical thinking. Encouraging open-mindedness and the exploration of different perspectives can also help students develop a more nuanced understanding of the world around them. Encouraging individuals to ask questions and seek evidence is another effective way to promote critical thinking. Teaching them to challenge assumptions, examine biases, and consider alternative viewpoints can help them develop a more critical approach to information. Fostering a culture that values curiosity and intellectual humility can also help create an environment that encourages critical thinking. Teaching individuals how to critically evaluate sources of information, including news articles, social media posts, and advertisements, is also crucial in today's world. With the abundance of information available at our fingertips, it's important to know how to separate fact from fiction and how to identify biases and misinformation. Engaging individuals in problem-solving activities that require them to analyze information, consider multiple solutions, and evaluate the pros and cons of each option is another great way to promote critical thinking. Encouraging them to think creatively and consider different perspectives can also help them develop a more innovative and adaptable mindset. Providing opportunities for individuals to engage in respectful and constructive discussions and debates is also an effective way to promote critical thinking. Encouraging them to present evidence, support their arguments, and consider counter-arguments can help them develop their ability to think critically and communicate effectively. Finally, encouraging intellectual curiosity and lifelong learning is essential for cultivating critical thinking skills. Fostering a culture that values continuous learning and exploration can help individuals stay curious and open to new ideas, which is critical in today's rapidly changing world. Overall, I think that your suggestions are spot on, and I would like to add that critical thinking should be encouraged in all aspects of life, from personal relationships to professional settings. By cultivating critical thinking skills, individuals can make better decisions, solve complex problems, and contribute to a more informed and engaged society.
Critical thinking is indeed a vital skill that should be cultivated in all aspects of life. By incorporating it into educational curricula, encouraging questioning and evidence-seeking, teaching individuals to evaluate sources of information, engaging in problem-solving activities, promoting respectful discussions and debates, and fostering intellectual curiosity. We can empower individuals to navigate the complexities of the modern world and contribute to a more informed and engaged society.
I'm glad we shared the same perspective on the importance of critical thinking. It's crucial that we continue to emphasize the value of critical thinking in all aspects of life, from education to personal relationships, and encourage individuals to develop this skill. By doing so, we can promote a culture that values intellectual curiosity, open-mindedness, and informed decision-making. Moreover, as you mentioned, incorporating critical thinking into educational curricula is a significant step in fostering this skill. Educators can encourage students to ask questions, evaluate evidence, and think logically. This will not only help students excel in their academic pursuits, but also prepare them for the challenges they'll face in their personal and professional lives. Additionally, promoting critical thinking in personal relationships can help individuals navigate complex social dynamics, communicate effectively, and build stronger, more meaningful connections. It's essential to encourage individuals to engage in respectful discussions and debates, listen to different perspectives, and consider alternative viewpoints. Ultimately, critical thinking is a skill that can be developed and honed with practice, and it's up to us to create an environment that fosters and encourages this skill. By doing so, we can promote a more informed, engaged, and empathetic society, which is essential for building a better future for all.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. By emphasizing the value of critical thinking in all aspects of life and creating an environment that fosters and encourages this skill, we can empower individuals to navigate complex social dynamics, communicate effectively, and make informed decisions. This will not only benefit individuals in their personal and professional lives, but also contribute to the development of a more informed, engaged, and empathetic society. It's crucial that we continue to promote and prioritize critical thinking for a better future.
Thank you for this constructive discussion.
You're welcome. I'm glad you found our discussion constructive.